788 in Uganda.
My name is Rabbi Gershom and I'm the spiritual leader of the Abayudaya Jewish community of Uganda. Abayudaya is a Luganda word which refers to the Jewish people as the people of Judah. Abayudaya. It is a community of native Ugandans who chose Judaism in 1919. It's not a result of the outside Jewish communities, but it is indigenous that came out of self-motivation. So what makes our community unique is the history. The founder of this community, Semei Kakunguru, read the Christian Bible, which the Christians had given him as a tool for converting people to Christianity. So when he read the Bible, he found out that the Torah, or the 5 books of Moses, spoke more to him because it contained a direct word of God to the people of Israel. So Semei Kakunguru fell in love with Torah and taught the same to the people of our community. By the end of 1919, one by one of our people had converted to Judaism, and there were about 8,000 followers who were willing to observe Torah and also began to observe Shabbat every week and to also observe the laws of Kashrut. The community faced many challenges after the death of Semei Kakunguru in 1928. There was no leader, ever leader like him, who could steer the community into the future. But my grandfather, Samson Mugombe, voluntarily took over leadership in 1936 when the community was crumbling and was declining in numbers. So he took over leadership with few resources to reorganize and to unite the community. And the community survived during his leadership. But then in 1971, the community faced another challenge, and it was a challenge of the coming to power of General Idi Amin Dada. Idi Amin came to power and immediately outlawed Judaism. So we were not allowed to observe publicly or to even go to our places of worship. So I grew up during Idi Amin's regime, and it was very difficult because there was too much discrimination, there was too much mistreatment even in schools. As a child, we were forced to go to Christian services, and if we refused, they would sing insults at us, calling us Christ killers. And that made it very difficult. My father used to pray for the defeat of Idi Amin. And it eventually came on the 11th day of April 1979. And it was the first day of Passover when Amin was defeated, and the new government immediately declared freedom of worship. And it was a very good day because it was the right time when Jewish people yearn for redemption, when Jewish people talk about redemption and freedom from slavery. So I decided on that day that I would become a future leader of this community, because what happened was a real miracle that Amin had to live at the time when every Jew expected freedom. I began to study very much. I began to lead services and to read Torah and to teach. And it is that moved me into my position as a rabbi and spiritual leader of this community.
Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat everybody, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat to Uganda, Shabbat.
Our Jewish practice is part of us and has become our culture. It has become our tradition. Every Monday and every Thursday, we congregate in our synagogue to read the Torah and to pray together and sing together. Every Shabbat, every Friday evening, we have Kabbalat Shabbat service. After Kabbalat Shabbat, through Shabbat, it becomes very special for me to sit here with people from all over and learn with them. They ask questions, I ask them questions, and I see that not only me but everybody is enjoying that kind of exchange where we are seated here and learning. I started a yeshiva educating young people here in this community to become potential spiritual leaders, so that I am not the only one to be the spiritual leader in Africa, so that I can give opportunity to other young people to become leaders of their respective communities. So the yeshiva is becoming a stepping stone for the future of Judaism in Africa. In Nabugoya we have the Semei Kapungulu High School. We also have the Hadassah Primary School, which are schools that give opportunity to our children to learn Judaism and the Hebrew language besides the other subjects. We have actually a lot that we do together that brings us together and that defines our community as a Jewish community. And our people, our neighbors admire the fact that we are able to do this without any much effort, but with love and with pride. So Judaism has become part of us. We are here in the middle of Uganda, in the middle of Africa, and being a small Jewish community, we always feel good to receive people from all over the world to come and share with us the joy of Judaism, to come and identify with us so that we don't feel isolated. So I invite everybody out there who is willing and interested in coming to visit to please come and visit, because that does us good. I'm looking for people who are able to make changes in this community, positive changes, like volunteers who can come here and help us teach in our Beit Midrash, teach in our schools, and volunteers who can even raise awareness for our community in other Jewish communities, because the more we are known and received and accepted by the bigger Jewish world, the more stronger we will become, and the more strong Judaism will become here in Africa. And our community continues to grow in number and also in knowledge and in strength, because of the support we get from our brothers and sisters outside of here. We live in a bigger Jewish world now. It's no longer a smaller Ugandan Jewish world.